Hey guys, and welcome to Day by David. Now I'm sorry for not putting up a video yesterday. I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and by the time I got back it just was too late to start making a video. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the most famous stage plays ever written, William Shakespeare's tragedy Romeo and Juliet, or as I like to call it, the two whiny teenagers who kill themselves when they don't get what they want. Romeo and Juliet is the story of two star-crossed lovers, whatever that's supposed to mean, that think they can never be together because of their family's feud. Juliet is a member of the Capulet house, and Romeo is a member of the Montague house, and the two houses have been feuding as long as anyone can remember. So here's how the story goes down. This guy named Paris asks Capulet if he can marry his daughter Juliet, but because Juliet is only, get this, 13 years old, Capulet says not yet. Now Romeo is in love with this girl named Rosaline, and his cousin tells him to go to the ball that's going on at the Capulet's house so he can meet her. So Romeo goes to the ball, but instead he falls in love with Juliet. Now comes the famous balcony scene, where Romeo sneaks into the Capulet's garden and hears Juliet profess his love to him, and then he tells her he's going to marry her. Now how many days has Romeo known Juliet? 1. And how old is Juliet? 13. You can just tell this relationship is not going to work out. They get married the very next day by Friar Lawrence, who hopes that their marriage can end this family feud. Survey says? Nope. In fact, things just get worse. Juliet's cousin Tybalt is angry at Romeo for sneaking into the Capulet ball, so he challenges him to a duel. But because Romeo's now family, he doesn't want to duel with Tybalt, so instead his friend Mercutio does it for him. Now here's where things get a little hairy. Tybalt kills Mercutio, and then in a fit of rage, Romeo kills Tybalt. Right about now, I would think Juliet would want to reconsider being married to a man who kills people when he gets angry. But nope, she's 13, so she knows what true love is. The Prince of Verona is really upset that he lost a friend to the Capulet and Montague's feud, so he tells Romeo to get out of town, and if he comes back somebody will kill him. But instead Romeo has a slumber party at Juliet's house, and the two of them consummate the marriage. Capulet decides to marry Juliet to Paris, and threatens to disown her if she doesn't marry him. So Juliet goes to Friar Lawrence for help. Now this friar's got a dealer, and he has this drug for Juliet that'll put her into a deep sleep for 2 days that'll make her family think that she's dead. The night before her and Paris's wedding, Juliet takes the drug, but before she does, she gives herself an obnoxious 15-minute monologue. Now this monologue ends up being a lot more detrimental than Juliet could have ever imagined. Now Friar Lawrence had promised to send a message to Romeo so that he knew that Juliet wasn't really dead, but the message never gets to him. So when Romeo finds out that Juliet is dead, he goes to this shop and buys a poison, and then goes to the Capulet's crypt where they've laid Juliet. Paris comes to the crypt and finds Romeo there, and he thinks Romeo's come to deface the crypt, so they have a fight and Romeo ends up killing Paris. And then, still thinking Juliet is dead, he drinks the poison and kills himself. Now here's where that stupid monologue comes in. Juliet wakes up just after Romeo kills himself. If she hadn't spent so long talking to herself and taken the drug sooner, she would have woken up before Romeo killed himself, and the two of them might have been able to work this out. But no, Juliet had to be dramatic. Friar Lawrence comes into the crypt and tries to convince Juliet to come with him, but she refuses, and so the friar has no choice but to leave her there. Juliet sees the empty poison bottle in Romeo's hand, and so she decides to try and kill herself by sucking the poison out of Romeo's mouth by kissing him. But when that doesn't work, instead she takes his dagger and stabs herself. "Oh, happy dagger, this is thy sheath." The Capulets and the Montagues come into the crypt and they see the pile of dead bodies, and only then do they decide it's time to stop fighting. And that's it. That's the end of the play. Romeo and Juliet is supposed to be a romantic tragedy, but really, it's just incredibly annoying. That's it for today, everyone. Don't be afraid to leave any questions in the comments so I can answer them in future videos. Thanks for watching, and I hope your day is better than Romeo and Juliet's maturity level.